Hey everybody, what's up? It's Josh here with yet another Kansas City Chiefs related video. And today we are going to be talking about potential trades and or free agent signings. Now, for those who have been with my videos for a while, you know I don't provide much visual. So if you're new, there's not going to be much visual or anything for the video. Just think of this like a podcast. Just sit back, enjoy the audio, and just listen to me talk Chiefs football. So the trade deadline in the NFL is coming up pretty soon, and the Chiefs have been generally pretty quiet over the past few years when it comes to making trades and free agent signings, that sort of thing. Andy Reid is someone who's pretty content with the guys that he has on his roster a few times, but you know what people like to hear is rumors, and we got plenty of them and potential ideas. So I'm going to be going over just a few trades / free agent signings that the Chiefs could possibly make. Number one being guard Quentin Spain from the Buffalo Bills. He was just recently released after the Bills and Chiefs played last week, and he is someone who is a pretty solid left guard. That's where he was for the Bills. They released him, and honestly, I didn't hear too much out of Buffalo about why he was released, whether it was due to play or money purposes. I don't know. I'm not sure why you would cut a player for, due to finances in the middle of the year like that, but you never know. So, Quentin Spain no longer with the Bills, but he is a pretty large dude. He's been with the Bills for a while, but he's 335 pounds, and he was a UDFA in 2015. He's just 29 years old. He's someone that, you know, the Chiefs, their interior O-line has been kind of suspect all year, so if they wanted to not necessarily make an upgrade, but if they wanted to bring in someone to provide more depth, especially with Kalichi Osemele going down. I know they found kind of a hidden gem in Nick Allegretti, but you know it doesn't hurt to add someone more. Now, Quentin Spain has reportedly either is planning to or has visited the Bengals. By the time you see this, he could sign there. I don't know why he would sign there though. I think he should sign with Kansas City because I mean we kind of need O-line depth. Come get a ring, dude, and then you can go find somewhere else. But my next idea, so tight end David Njoku for the Cleveland Browns. He requested a trade shortly before the season after the Browns signed Austin Hooper in free agency, and they have one more tight end on their roster that's pretty good that escapes my mind at the moment, but essentially David Njoku has kind of fallen down the depth chart, just hasn't gotten many targets, so he rescinded his trade request a little into the season or before it started, I believe, but now he's going back on that again, and he has requested a trade. And he is someone who is cost controlled, still on that rookie contract. I believe he will be a free agent after this season, so he would be free to look elsewhere anyways after this season. But if the Chiefs could send over maybe a day 3 pick to get him, I think that would be a huge win because he's pretty athletic. And if the Chiefs' tight end depth has kind of been an understated issue for several years now, and I mean you see in the last game Nick Keiser's getting snaps and turning the ball over. He can't catch. Ricky Seals-Jones has barely gotten any action, which just tells me the Chiefs aren't very sure about their tight end depth. So if you want someone that's can provide production there and just add even another asset to this offense, go get Njoku. I'm sure it wouldn't be expensive. He wants to get out of Cleveland. I think Andy would find a spot for him here. Very athletic. Has good hands. I think he would be great here. Veach, send over a day 3 pick and get it done. All right. Continuing on, my next idea would be for the Chiefs to go out and trade for Jared Davis, the Detroit Lions middle linebacker. I think he plays outside a little bit, but just linebacker. So this guy he was drafted in 2017 out of the University of Florida, and he was a pretty highly regarded prospect, a first rounder. The Lions drafted him, I believe, somewhere in that 20th or 15 to 20 overall range. I don't remember exactly, but he was highly regarded. But you look at the way the Chiefs linebackers play, and you just want a little more. I mean, the Chiefs are still in the bottom third of the league in run defense. Davis is someone that I believe could help that out. They just lack depth at linebacker. They lack athleticism, which is why you see guys like Ben Neiman getting such significant time on the defense, even though he shouldn't be out there. Anthony Hitchens has actually played a lot better this year than people give him credit for, but you kind of want to help him out a little bit. I like Damian Wilson. Willie Gay has been getting increased increased snaps. But if you add someone very athletic like Jared Davis out of Florida, who has been with the Lions for a few years now, that would be really nice. And the Lions, after their horrid start, they could be sellers this year at the deadline. So I would definitely call about Davis if I were Veach, because he's another one of those guys that if you send over like a day 2 or 3 pick, again, cost controlled, he's not going to cost anything. He's not going to do anything to your cap room. And again, I believe he's a free agent after this year anyways. So if you want to really do something with this defense, go out and get Jared Davis for a later pick, and I think that would be a huge pickup. My next trade idea. Now, a lot of people may not be a fan of this, but John Ross, the wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, the speedy 4.22 wide receiver that everyone knows about, who is a hot commodity coming out of Washington, and I watched a lot of Washington football that year. I really enjoyed watching him. He had this amazing one-handed catch and took it to the house on a screenplay. It was amazing. But John Ross, now, this would be somewhat of a reclamation project, and it's another deal where, like, if you just send the Bengals like a day 3 pick, like 6th or 7th rounder would probably get it done, because at least you're giving them some value and they're giving you John Ross. Well, because John Ross hasn't really shown anything to where, you know, he would be worth more than that. So I think Kansas City, I mean, they love speed. I mean, John Ross, I mean, again, he's been disappointing. He hasn't really been able to stay healthy. But think about it. If you have 2 4.2 40 players running down the field with McCole Hardman also in there, I mean, how do defenses cover that? Now, I know it's not that simple, and John Ross needs to show a little bit more as an all-around receiver, but again, I mean, just using him as a decoy, like, you can really utilize him here in Kansas City. So that's another one I would like to see, and he's another one of those guys that's soon to hit the market. So yeah, it wouldn't take much to get him. The Bengals want to get rid of him, I think so, and John Ross reportedly wants out of Cincinnati, so I think this would be a match made in heaven. I mean, he can come in here. There's not too much pressure on him. There's a lot of wide receivers in front of him, but he's someone that can come in here and probably make some plays on offense, on sweeps and those sorts of things with his speed. I mean, it's really a no-brainer if Veach wants to make some improvements to this roster. And my last idea for this video would be trading for Avery Williamson, linebacker for the New York Jets. We all know the New York Jets are absolutely awful. Adam Gase is probably on his way out at the end of the year. So someone that I like on the New York Jets is Avery Williamson, their linebacker. He is someone that if you really want to shore up this run defense, that's someone that you bring in. Now, I'm aware that he has a pretty decent-sized contract, but his base salary this year is relatively low, and I think the Chiefs could afford it depending on what they send over. And honestly, I haven't really thought too much about what they would actually give up in a trade. I'm thinking maybe kind of a mid-round pick or throw in someone on the roster to make the money work out. But Avery Williamson, I've always been a huge fan of. Tore his ACL last year and sat out, but he looks a lot better coming back, and I think he's someone that could be even more rejuvenated getting out of New York. There's no incentive to play hard there anymore. And again, this KC defense would probably be among the best in the league if they just add one more athletic linebacker, and that's Avery Williamson. So not sure how that one would work, but that's just kind of one of my like trade ideas that I'm just in love with. So that's one I would like to see. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any ideas, please leave them in the comments for me. I would love to hear your guys' potential ideas as far as free agents and trades, but that's it for today. Make sure to check out www.showmefootball.com for more Chiefs content. Thanks, guys.